In the spring budget in March 2021, Chancellor Rishi Sunak announced that the various allowances would remain at their 2021-22 levels until April 2026. Increasing from 12,500 to 12,570, the personal allowance has had a small increase. This will be the last of the increases for several years due to the freeze on tax allowances until 2026. As income rises with inflation, those who don't pay tax may start to pay tax once their income rises above 12,570 threshold. For basic rate taxpayers, the band has increased to 37,700. Those who receive their personal allowance of 12,570 will start paying higher rate tax once they exceed the earnings of 50,270. Like the personal tax allowance, this figure will remain the same for the coming tax years up to and including 2025-26. For basic rate tax and higher rate tax, the thresholds will remain the same until April 2026. As the income rises in line with the inflation, more people will pay tax at higher and additional rates. For those who have taxable income of $150,000 and above, they will pay an additional rate of 45%. There has been no change to the capital gains tax annual exemption amount. This remains at $12,300 for 2021-22 and will remain the same until April 2026. There are no expected changes currently set, but the government have made no secrets that a review and potential changes are coming for capital gains tax in general. There have been some changes with regards to the national insurance thresholds. Both Class 1 and the upper profits limit for Class 4 have now been brought into line with the rate at which higher rate tax becomes payable. The thresholds are now set at 50,270. Remaining unchanged until April 2026, the Class 1 threshold will be equivalent to $967 per week and $4,189 per month. There may be some other reviews on the national insurance thresholds in the future. Inheritance tax has been topical for some years. Since 2008, the nil rate band has been frozen at $325,000. This remains unchanged up to and including 2025-26. Freezing the threshold brings more estates inside the scope of inheritance tax. The residence nil rate band remains at the current level of $175,000 for 2021-22. This too will remain at this level up to and including 2025-26. Where the value of the estate exceeds $2 million or above, the residence nil rate band is reduced by £1 for every £2 of value over $2 million. The pension lifetime allowance places a limit on the value of tax relief a person can have when paying into their pension. When a person has exceeded the pension lifetime allowance, they pay tax in the form of a 25% tax charge if the money is taken as a pension. If they take the excess in a lump sum, they'll be subject to a 55% tax charge. For 2021-22 and the onwards until April 2026, the limit for the lifetime allowance remains at $1,073,100. This will affect anybody with a pension savings at this limit or close to this limit making further pension contributions subject to tax relief during 2021 and onwards limited. So that's our summary of the tax thresholds for the next 5 years. If you'd like to know more, please get in touch with us. I hope that's useful. If you'd like to see more videos on where we answer lots of questions on tax and accounts, take a look on our YouTube channel. You can also subscribe for more videos.